This week, we've got news on news on news from D23. So much news, we had to change the name of the show. Twice. Who's ready for a load of exciting Star Wars news this week? Well, your good friend Kristen's here to deliver. Let's get to the news already. Last weekend at D23 Expo, we got all that sweet, sweet news on several series coming out of the Star Wars galaxy. Diego Luna and other cast members from Andor delivered a new trailer in anticipation of the premiere of the series next week. Jude Law and executive producers John Watts and Chris Ford talked about the forthcoming series Skeleton Crew. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni chatted about the forthcoming Ahsoka series. We also got a teaser trailer from the cast and crew of The Mandalorian Season 3, which will arrive next year. Bo-Katan on the throne just makes my heart happy. If you can't wait that long to be reunited with the Mandalorian and Grogu, The Clan of Two is coming to Disneyland later this year. The only question now is, will I be able to pinch those cheeks when I meet Grogu? Or is that frowned upon? In animation news, we learned Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2 will arrive January 4th with a 2-episode premiere. We finally got our grabby hands on a trailer for Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, the new animated anthology series featuring the origin stories of Count Dooku and Ahsoka Tano, with all 6 episodes debuting on October 26th. And we met some of the cast and the colorful crew from Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures, the High Republic era series featuring Master Yoda and this little blue cutie named Nubs, who's a brand new species called a Pooba. We've had Nubs for less than a week and his fan club has already commenced. I mean, look at him. More on that in 2023. And even though this show is called This Week in Star Wars, we're gonna take a beat to change it up for This Week in Willow. Warwick Davis returns as Willow alongside a cast including Christian Slater, and we saw the first key art and a new trailer for the series premiering on Disney Plus November 30th. Plus, This Week in Indy. Director James Mangold and stars Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller-Bridge stopped by to announce the release date for Indiana Jones coming to theaters this June. And Indy and Short Round reunited backstage. For more on all the D23 excitement, run like you've just stolen the fertility idol and you're about to be crushed by a giant boulder to starwars.com/thisweek. But back to the galaxy far, far away. The first stories from Star Wars The High Republic Phase 2 are dropping in a few short weeks, but today, we have your first look inside the relaunch of Marvel's Star Wars The High Republic #1. We're going back to Jeddah with Jedi Knight Vildar Mac for an all-new adventure. The High Republic issue #1 arrives October 12th at your local comic book shop, and you can take a closer look at those first pages on starwars.com/thisweek now. Earlier this week, we also learned that the Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition will arrive exclusively on PlayStation VR2 in 2023. Announced at Sony's State of Play event, the latest incarnation of the award-winning VR experience from Lucasfilm's ILM X Lab has been rebuilt for even greater immersion using the latest state-of-the-art virtual reality hardware. For more on that, head to starwars.com/thisweek now. We weren't lying when we said we had news on news on news from D23, and the D23 fun doesn't stop there. We had a quick moment to chat with cast and crew on the carpet about all the news that was just announced. Let's check it out.
Star Wars is a world of Empire versus Rebellion. What's fascinating about where we meet Mon Mothma this time is that there doesn't yet exist a rebellion. So she's working steeped in Empire, working within the Imperial Senate.
I am so excited about this show, and I love this show so much that it's been really difficult trying to keep it a secret. I think keeping it a secret from my family. You know, we're Puerto Rican. If I tell my mom my character's name, the whole island of Puerto Rico is gonna know my character's name. So I kind of had to make up some stuff. Or she would FaceTime me and see me, you know, with a costume or whatever, and she would ask a bunch of questions. I'm like, I can't do that. And then I learned not to FaceTime her, because then I was like, are you taking screenshots, girl?
So my nephew is 7, and he cares about Star Wars and Lego. And I'm in Star Wars, and I have a Lego character, and I'm not really sure if I should do anything after in order to protect whatever's been created in this image for my nephew. It's pretty wild.
Willow is a character that's very close to me. It was one of my kind of first roles where I've been seen without having been hidden behind a mask. To come back now and play Willow again in the series is a huge honour and something I've always wanted to do.
I suddenly realised how cool he was. I just really appreciated everything he's done in the past. It made me see his whole career differently. It but he really does work hard.
It was a lot of pressure, and you really want to deliver something that looks and feels like the movie people love. I hope to try to let my own fandom guide me into telling the story that I thought an audience would be excited about, and a continuation of all the questions that the movie leaves open.
Clever John Kasdan put the team together, and they're so fantastic in it. I mean, I think that's what's great about it. It effectively joins the older with the new stuff and takes it in a very natural way.
It's great. It's overwhelming. I mean, that crowd out there was very excited to get to play this character that's mysterious and kind of fun, and it'll be a surprise, is also equally excited. Lucasfilm lived up to my expectations. John Kasdan was great, the cast was great, and some things happened on the set kind of naturally and organically that I think audiences will hopefully enjoy.
When we started this journey a few years ago, who knew? Who knew? Except Pedro. He knew from the beginning.
I knew, but I did.
He did. He said it.
I said so.
I think that the process that John created and fostered was very collaborative, and from the very beginning, he brought in directors and filmmakers that he wanted to have their vision brought to the program. So
Rick got way boss here.
a little bit, no.
No.
It's crazy. You know, working with that many Mandos is like surreal and hot on the back lot. There are way too many Mandos. Like, it is crazy. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait for people to see it.
To be honest, wearing the armor feels very awkward. But when I see it, and especially after having gotten to see what it looked like in season 1, coming back to do the episode of Boba Fett, I felt entirely different.
I always feel empowered if I'm lacking for any kind of confidence on the day where I come into my dressing room. I get excited. You know, I've told the story of the cape before when John called me to say that he wrote a role for me and that he wanted me to play this character. And is there any questions you have or any desires? I said, give me a cape. That's what I want. So I just remember swinging my cape around in my dressing room going, oh, I feel so strong and powerful.
I've seen some Pelimotos out there. Great. Take your eyebrows off. Get a mullet. Wear root beer brown. It's in. It's the hair. People love the hair.
Together now. 1, 2, 3. Epic.
That's it for this week, but for more on these stories and other news from around the galaxy, check out StarWars.com. And be sure to join us right here for This Week in Star Wars every Thursday. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.